President Trump has long promised to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border to secure that border, but in the interim, he has sent more military personnel for protection. Recently, I did a ride-along with the Border Patrol and the National Guard just to find out what the Guard is up to down there, and it may not be what you think. Take a look. Maybe you were expecting to see military trucks and troops on the border. They're not here. Instead of hunting human traffickers or drug smugglers, Sergeant Francisco Robles is tracking down a pickup truck's electrical problem. He's a mechanic in the Border Patrol motor pool in Nogales.
The sleeves?
Specialist Gerardo Duran is at the border. But instead of a rifle, he's got a welding torch. Some National Guard troops have even served by cleaning the stalls at Border Patrol's stables. Operation Guardian Support is a long way from the president's tough talk of military might.
Until we can have a wall and proper security, we're going to be guarding our border with the military.
You're not armed, correct?
Correct. None of our soldiers or airmen currently on Operation Guardian Support are armed.
And they're not out there walking right beside the Border Patrol agents?
Correct. These are positions that are back off the border.
Despite President Trump's claim we haven't really used troops on the border before, we have. In 2006, the Bush administration sent 6,000 soldiers to the border. In 2010, President Obama sent 1,200, but they were in full gear and armed. When Specialist Duran's welding at the border, he needs 2 border agents to protect him, since he's not allowed to carry his gun. Is it possible the public has the wrong impression of what this mission was about?
It's a support role, and they may have ideas about prior missions. It's not that anymore.
Yet,
Clear.
despite their diminished role, National Guard troops are making a difference.
Good to go.
Thanks to Sergeant Robles, the U.S. Border Patrol has more vehicles on patrol.
All right, Omaha is going to be right there.
And thanks to Senior Airman Adriana McIver, Border Patrol agents on horses closing in on 3 suspects have an extra pair of eyes watching their back, as she and other Guard members monitor dozens of remote cameras. For many Guard members, this is their first time to really get a sense of what's going on at the border, the good and the bad. And do you see it?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes.
Is it busy?
Yes. Extremely.
So far, according to the U.S. Border Patrol, the National Guard has facilitated more than 1,200 arrests and the seizure of more than 1,300 pounds of marijuana along the Arizona border alone.
You're looking at Nogales, Arizona and Nogales, Sonora.
Sitting beside Border Agent Stephanie Dixon, looking out from her lonely perch at the border, there is not a single soldier in sight. People might have thought they'd be patrolling right along this fence line here. They'd have a rifle slung over their shoulder and they would be riding along with you. That's not happening. That's not the way it was meant to happen.
No, definitely not at all. They're helping out the overall mission, and they're putting more of us out here on the border to secure the border.
Border Agent Dixon may not see the soldiers, but she's glad they're here. Somewhere. The use of the National Guard is actually funded by the federal government, but it's the states that provide the troops. And the funding for all of this is right now scheduled to run only through the end of September. After that, no one knows if the mission's going to be extended.